Greetings, welcome. We are live from the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. Welcome to 5 Play Friday Live. You know we like to look at plays. Everybody likes to look at plays. Greetings, everyone. Glad to see you. Hope the start of the season is upon you, or, scrimmages here in the Bay Area have started for high school. Collegiate games and tournaments are going on. For me, I just had a tournament game in Stockton the other night. Not a competitive game, but that's the way it works. Ed, good to see you. Enhancing the Pittsburgh contingent. Great greetings, Jason Mays as well. And Randy Wilson from Chicagoland. Excellent. I got to get my sound going here. I hope my sound is coming through. Yes, it is. Yes, things look good. The tech team is on it today. We won't be dawdling. Look at these lights. Man. The set design around here is incredible. Stan Bickler rounding out the Pittsburgh contingent, or is there more? It could be you get a takeover, isn't that a thing, like on Twitch or something, a takeover? I don't know. Oh. Mark, our around the country traveler, is in Scottsdale, Arizona. Martin Tim, good to see you in the house. The Ray Allen is here from the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. That's taunting, Zooch. That's taunting. Oh, Joe, that's so unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. I assume this is a Achilles tear. Ay. Yeah, my son had one, and good luck with the rehab. Good luck with the rehab. My son, who will be here next week in the house, coming to visit a Better Official World headquarters, bringing along his wee one, his little wee Charlie. So we may have a new tech team member next week. Darwin Sonata is here to explain to me what's going on with Jim Harbaugh in Michigan. I am not up to speed. I know there's some drama, but it's not my thing, man. Tom Hickey from Milwaukee. Good to see you, Tom. Yes, we are. We're not excited. No. Super excited. Yes. Leitner's in the house. Great to see you. Top of the morning. Yes, from here, from the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. I'm aware of what time it is. Thank you. That was a little cue for me. Ken Fort, good to see you in the chat. Mike Connors jumping in from Florida. Good to see you, Mike. And Chris Lake. Awesome. Now, Isaac, I do not know about this heated hyper ice attachment. Is this like the leg sleeve thing where there's compression, or is this directed heat where drive heat into a spot? But it sounds like you are a fan. Hey, Wayne, good to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining. Oh. Ryan Grimm has some expose on some corruption at the villages coming out in the coming days. Chuck Ratliff from West Virginia, whose senator is planning on retiring. Interesting. Hey, Steve, good to see you from Michigan. Are you blue? Are you green? That's the question around here in the chat on 5 Play Friday Lives. Chris, 83, from Illinois, not Chicagoland. Hey, Billy Mack, it gets a star for getting a 98 out of 100, or do we hold him accountable for missing a question? Do I ever hold anybody? No, I never hold anybody accountable for missing a question on a quiz. Yeah, glad those videos, just sort of got the wheels turning, talking rules, refreshing, etc. Maybe for a rules expert such as yourself, just sort of like, so like the situation that I had the other day where the free thrower releases and I say has to contact the backboard or the ring before the players beyond the arc can enter, because as an official who learned the rules, over a decade ago, first learned them. Back then, there was no entry into the lane by players in marked lane spaces. And the language in the olden times rules book was those players were not allowed to enter until the ball hit the ring or the backboard. Now, subsequently, the rule has been changed, but that change just, it never made it to me. And now the players who do have a restriction cannot enter until the ball contacts the ring, right? And if you are an older official or official who's learned the rules and then the rules have changed, we're always at risk for missing the change, right? It either we didn't perceive it when it happened, or it was an unannounced change, which I suspect this was. And, we just have what we know, right? And so as a young official, you always have to recognize that older, more experienced officials, have gone through this. And there may be a gap in their rules knowledge that you, as a young official, could help save your crew with. So that's all I'm going to say about that. It was in the rules book, man. It was in the rules book. Wisconsin is in the house. Aaron Bender, if I recall. Wisconsin. All right. Got JC action going. Restricted area. Reduced to a little tiny circle under the basket. Thomas Platybours, keeping it lowercase. Appreciate you, Thomas. Oh, it is Veterans Day. That's right. But I still have a lot of work to do. Joe Sanchez, good to see you, Joe. Very good to see you. In the chat. All right. Well, I'm going to get going. Gotcha. Good luck, Joe. Good luck with all of that. The lonely physical therapy. You'll be at the gym over in the corner doing little exercises. Everybody's like... Anthony Ciccarelli from Denver. Do you pronounce it Ciccarelli? The Italian pronunciation? Let me know in the chat. I always default to what I think like Joseph Del Collo. Do I speak Italian? No, I do not. Reminds me of my my first live stream, of course. If any of you were watching, was just a disaster. I had internet issues. My provider, there was something wrong with my upstream ability to, and it was just, it was not a success. So my first reaction is Hindenburg. But of course, December 7th, yes. A day that will live in infamy. No, there's a special exemption. Randy, special exemption. Chris Janish in the house. Do we have a Chris Janish play? Would it be a 5-play Friday without a Chris Janish play? It may be our first play, a You Make the Call play. Okay. All right. If I work with some, I'd probably want to like get a little demo first. All right. Mike, is this the throw-in violation moving to the 28-foot mark or the nearest of the 4 spots? It's in the rule, man. It's in the rule. Yeah. Yeah, so, all right, just briefly. So, a player is in their backcourt and they have a throw-in. A player in their backcourt has a throw-in. They violate in some fashion. Either they throw the ball and it is not touched on the court, or they violate by moving from the designated spot, or they violate in some fashion, right? The penalty for a throw-in violation is ball to the opponent at the original spot of the throw-in. But new this year, of course, we have 4 throw-in spots. And in this situation, rules book change that was added after the rules book came out, NFH issued a correction saying this is a situation where instead of going back to the original spot, we would go back to the closest of the 4 throw-in spots for NFHS new this year. One thing it points out, though, is that just anytime we're going to have a front court throw-in, the guidance from NFHS is the officials should ask themselves whether this was a throw-in, if the resulting throw-in here is for an out-of-bounds violation or something else. And if it's something else, it's always going to be at one of the 4 spots. So there's a simplicity to it, just having that understanding. Oh, we have a front court throw-in. What is this a front court throw-in for? A defensive violation? Oh, that's going to be at one of the 4 spots. A foul before bonus? That's going to be one of the 4 spots. An out-of-bounds violation? That's going to be at the spot of the out-of-bounds violation. So it was sort of a rules change that came in after the fact, but this is now part of the rules book for Rule 9-2. A violation for a throw-in, if it results in a front court throw-in for the opponent, will be at one of the 4 spots. 4 designated throw-in spots for that team in the front court. I could clip that and put it up on Facebook. Okay. All right. I want to make sure. Right. Yeah. Let's get going. Right. I'm committed. 7:17. A couple of minutes behind. Right. I understand that. I'm not going to get into that. We are moving on. I am committed to shorter show, quicker edit, quicker posting of the video up. So, let me just remember. Give me just a second here. I'm going to take just a moment. I'm checking my notes that my tech team gave me. They said you got to get it under control, man. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we are looking at plays, block charge plays, all sorts of plays. Let's get started. Stick around. Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to 5 Play Friday, the show where we analyze game video, get better as basketball officials. Greeting, my name is Greg Austin with A Better Official. We craft video to help basketball officials, and one of the ways we do that is we look at plays. We look at all of the things. What are we looking at today? Our first play is a You Make the Call play. And as we haven't had a consistent theme this year, it's a block charge play. Let's take a look at play number 1.
On the perimeter, two-pointer falls, 77-73. Lancer basketball. Here's Lunday. Lunday will drive the baseline. Lunday got it, plus the foul. Tash Lunday again. It's a 2-point game with an and one shot.
All right, the blocking foul is ruled.
On the perimeter, two-pointer
This has been
falls,
our You Make the Call play
77-73.
for the first 3
Lancer
videos
basketball.
of the
Here's
season.
Lunday.
What do
Lunday
you
will drive
have
the baseline.
on this
Lunday
play? Block,
got it, plus
charge,
the foul.
put your
Tash
ruling
Lunday
down in the comments below, and stick around to the end of the video because you know
it's a
we will look
2-point
at
game
all
with an
things
and one shot.
on play number 1. All right, let's move on. Play number 2. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. This is my tricky spot. This is my tricky spot. Yes. Okay. Back at the start of the video, you know we had play number 1, a block charge play. What did you have on that play? Let's look at all of the things on play number 1. Let's review it.
On the perimeter, two-pointer falls, 77-73. Lancer basketball. Here's Lunday. Lunday will drive the baseline. Lunday got it, plus the foul. Tash Lunday again. It's a 2-point game with an and one shot.
A blocking foul is ruled. But before we do that, hold on just a second. Let me fix some stuff here. What's the problem with the audio? Huh. Hold on just a second.
The initial clip and the audio was good, and then it played in slow motion. Then you came on and said you make the call, but the audio played over that at the same time as you were speaking. Audio came back from the game.
Oh.
Playing at the same time that you were speaking.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll fix that. Just give me just a second here. All right. So the problem is when I'm playing this, the audio from the okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to fix that by doing this. Boom, boom. I'm going to fix that by doing this. I'm going to turn that off. And that should fix the problem. Okay. What is wrong with this picture? Come on, man. Okay. All right. All right. A blocking foul is ruled on this play. Let's look at all of the things. We have a transition play that leads to a center side drive to the basket, secondary defender, help defender for NCAA women's. Attempts to take a charge. A blocking foul is ruled. Let's take a look at all of the things here. Right? We have a secondary defender, number 42, who prior to a player leaving the floor, this is a collegiate game, but let's think this through for high school. Prior to the player leaving the floor, establishes legal guarding position on the play. What do they have? They have 2 feet on the floor. They are their torso facing the opponent. They have achieved legal guarding position. They firm up. Offensive player changes direction, starts moving in this direction. Our defensive player sits down, exposing their knee, which trips, affects the balance of our player who released the try for goal. I love this call. That's a blocking foul, right? So you could ask yourself, did the offensive player displace the defender, right? That does not occur on this play. Is there contact? Potentially, yes, right? There's a brushing of the torsos, but did that brushing of the torso displace the defender, or did our defender embellish their contact on this play? Does Greg yet again have an embellishing defender? Yes, he does. Let's take a look one more time. Right, so transition. This is the position. Lead is going to be in this position, and once the player starts to drive, they have no opportunity to rotate on this play. So they have to officiate the play from where they are. You notice our official steps into the lane somewhat to get a look, probably anticipating a rotation. They're looking right at it. They got a great look at it. And a block is ruled. I love it. I love it. I love a block on this play. What did you have, right? I can understand we have a legal defender. He's there, right? But then when he falls down and exposes that knee, to me, that's illegal contact on our airborne shooter, and a blocking foul was properly ruled. So that's what I have on that play. Blocking foul ruled by our calling official. A play that also we'd want to have an awareness of, consistency as a crew throughout the game. What did you have? Are we simpatico on that play? Let me know down in the comments below. Okay. All right. I'm going back here. I assume the sound is fixed. Oh my gosh, I hope so. I hope so. I think I have an understanding of it. Hey, Al, good to see you. Okay, thank you. Do we have the best angle on this play? No, But we have a pretty good look. Of course, in collegiate rules this year, it's not when the player alights from the floor, but rather before they put that foot down. So that's a factor on the play for collegiate officials. They're going to be busy processing all those new restrictions. Thomas has a flop, no call, right? To me, if we watch the ball handler, right, or we watch the shooter, once they go airborne, let's watch their body. They were affected by the contact. I think they were affected by that extended knee. I don't think we had time to rotate on this play. And even if we started the rotation, which appears to be the case on this play, we start the rotation. Once that player drives, we're not going to complete that rotation. We have got to stop, back out, or just anticipate the play we have and get the look we have on the play. Right? We could start a rotation here. You see it. There's the start of a rotation. But once that player drives, we cannot complete that rotation. We have to officiate from there. I agree. Absolute crew saver. Yeah, it would have taken me like 10 minutes to sort through the comments and figure out what exactly it meant. And it was a lot of declarative statements. This happened, this happened, this happened. Anthony has no call. I don't think that's the case. I mean, once this player goes to the basket, right? So here's the what we have to avoid as the lead in this situation is, and this is an affliction that many officials have. Our lead needs to officiate 42 and not 24. A lot of officials at lead on plays like this are officiating 24. They try to pick up the on-ball matchup in the center's primary coverage area and can miss plays in their primary coverage area. It's funny, the calling officials' hip action where they extend their hips forward is just what the defender did on this play. Watch his hips. There's a lot of similar mimicry there. I like it. Poppy's got no call. Mike doesn't like a block on this play. Oh, I don't think so. I wouldn't want to run across on this play. Right? And in high school, we're going to wait for our crew to be in the front court. That's our guidance. Right? So if we look here, when does our crew get into the front court? He's already driving. Right? So that's a play. Right? And I'm going to go here. Number 2. Let me just make sure of something here. Okay. And I'm going here. I'm going to go here. All right. Many states adopting shot clocks, so we're trying to include shot clock scenarios into our show so we can just talk about all of the things related to shot clock situations. In this situation, the shot clock was reset. Okay? Did White gain team control? Was there a change of possession on this play? That's the question our crew has to ask themselves. As a crew, we want to have awareness on plays like this that the shot clock was reset. Our lead official here, does he know whether there was a change of possession or not from where he was on the court? No. But we just have a situation where we can clarify as a crew. Ask a simple question of your partner. Hey, partner, the shot clock reset. Was there a change of possession? No. No, there was not. Okay, the number is 24, right? That's what we want to have as well as a crew, is know the correct number. Many states that are adopting shot clocks get the best brand new state-of-the-art equipment for shot clocks, and most of them are probably going to have recall. So our shot clock operator could simply just select what the shot clock was when the shot clock was reset. Go back to the previous number. Here in California, we've had shot clocks for decades. We do not have the state-of-the-art equipment in many of our gymnasiums, and so we have to know that number of what the shot clock should be reset. It's a simple process. Partner, was that a change of possession on that play? No, the shot clock should be 24, right? We can either communicate that to our official, our trail official here, our new trail on this, so they can make the adjustment, or we can make the adjustment ourselves. But we want to have shot clock awareness as a crew in situations like this, and they're easy to remedy. Easy to remedy. First step is awareness. Awareness that we had a reset of the shot clock. We're not sure whether it should have been reset. We can ask a simple question of our partner to get to the correct answer so we can get these plays right on shot clock plays. Okay, let's move on. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, yeah. Thomas, they would have to come over before the crew was in the front court. Mike, are you guys doing Florida? Are shot clocks in Florida? I don't think it does. I don't think... was that there? Okay, thank you. Thank you. On the first play, no, that was not the center's call. That was a secondary defender, help defender, NCAA women. That belonged to the lead. If there was no call from the lead and the center felt a call should be made, maybe they could come with that. Oh, you're missing out, lads. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, I'm going to go there. Thomas asking, if this ball goes out at the division line with 1 second left, the game, ref puts the ball, if the ball goes out of bounds, as it did on this play, if the ball goes out of bounds, Thomas, as it did on this play, it's always going to be at the spot it went out of bounds. If that's what you're asking on this play. But, all right, let's move. Hey, let's move on. Let's look at our next play. Sniper. Oh, kind of humorous on this play. We have a player who, oh my gosh, something incredibly has gone. They've been contacted severely, right? So one of the things this play points out is in end-of-game situations, players will be desperate. They will try things that we may not anticipate. They will embellish contact. They will fool the ref. They will grasp at straws, grasp as a drowning person to a life raft, right? They're fighting for their game life in this situation. Dead ball officiating. We need to be super aware of what's going on in the situation. We have a player who is severely play acting. This is in Southern California. Is this an Academy Award worthy action by our player here? If we look at the original play, I think what we have is we have our defender is standing on the foot of the offensive player, causing being a factor in them falling. The officials rule a holding violation in any event on the white player whose numbers I can't read because they're old school. Right, we're going to shoot bonus free throws. And then during the dead ball, we've got this play acting situation. Is this a player faking being fouled? Possibly. I think it's on the table. We can examine our dead ball officiating, right? Are we too close to the situation here? Do we not have a big picture view? We don't know. Our calling official has turned away, right? We can examine that. If we get too close to the action, like the player on the floor, then we're going to potentially miss something on the periphery as well. We would expect our trail official, right, to not be running down the court saying, oh, we're going to, administer bonus free throws. We want to be aware of what's going on in the game. But our officials don't fall for the trap here, and they get this play right. A funny play, a humorous play, but we have to be aware in end-of-game situations the desperation that players may exhibit, and examine when we analyze our game video our dead ball officiating mechanics. Do we put ourselves in the best position to see all of the things, right? That's what we have on that play. But almost comically humorous in the player's attempt to draw a foul on the play. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's with shot clocks. I think it's early adopters, right? The shot clock becomes available to high school teams. What is it? 8 to 10 states say we're in. We want it. We think it's important. There's probably another group of 10 to 15 that are like, oh, we're not sure, etc. And then we're going to get, oh no. What just happened? We still live? Something funny happened on the computer. Wow. Okay. So that other group is like going to say, let's see what these early adopters, let's see how it went for them. Was it hard? Was it expensive? What were the issues that we're concerned about? Have they been addressed? Okay, it's safe to go in the water. So we'll probably have another round of 10 or 12 next year. And then there's going to be a solid contingent that are like never, ever going to adopt shot clocks. Mike, I think the bottom line is the player his foot was being stepped on that play, but we can have it on screen here. Zooch has it. Oh, man. I did not see that. I did not see that. I saw, I was watching upper torso. Was there any contact? So red 15 comes in. Watch red 15's left foot right here. That was an intentional act and a talking to. Wow. Wow. Okay. Now I'm going to have to... Zooch, I'm going to have to refilm the whole thing. Oh. Okay. God damn it. Ay, ay, ay. Let's go. Here. 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 Okay, we have some dead ball activity on this play. What has occurred? Right? We have a player who throws themselves around flopping like a fish in reaction to what? Right? They clearly are embellishing some contact that didn't occur, or did it occur? Let's look at all of the things and our habits and fundamentals as a crew on this play. This is in a dark corner of the gym, right? These two officials are going to have the look on this play. Or do we expect our trail to be involved? Maybe, maybe not. We have some play acting we have embellishment by white 23 here. Was there something that led to them doing this embellishment? Let's take a look. Yes. Yes, there was. Let's take a look here. And let's look at our positioning as a crew, right? So we've got red 15. They're coming in to aid their player. So here's the situation. In dead ball situations, right, we need to recognize who's coming to who, etc. The red player helping his teammate up. We expect red 15 here coming in to be doing the same thing, but we need to be able to perceive what's going on in these situations, right? He steps towards his opponent. Watch his left foot. Bumps him in the shin, and our player embellishes wildly. And then red 15 has a little something to say as well in this situation. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, on second viewing, right? On second viewing, right? So let's examine our habits and fundamentals as a crew. Something has happened here, and we didn't perceive what it was. So when that's the case, are we in the correct position? If we look at our old lead in this situation, they rush to the spot and are trying to help the player up. We have stopped officiating the game in this situation. Anytime we're analyzing our own game video and there's situations where we have stopped officiating and there's players in close proximity, we are doing the game a disservice, right? We have a habit and fundamental that is as human beings, we want to help players up. We want to facilitate the game going forward, etc. But we have to recognize our role is to be observant in these situations. That would be my takeaway on this play. We are not doing the game a good service by having a big picture view. We've come too close to the action to see this dead ball contact. We've got dead ball contact by red 15 on the play. We've got embellishment by the defensive player, which is, our brain says, what are you doing, right? Because obviously the contact didn't cause the defensive player to go down in this situation. So a great play for us to review so we can be better as basketball officials. And one of the things we like to point out is when we analyze our game video, yeah, we got the call right, we got the call wrong. That's great, right? Were we in position to have the look on the play? Do we have great habits, dead ball situations, right? That's when dead ball is where bones can be made, right? We really want to be great in dead ball situations, analyzing our game video. If we find situations where we are weak in a certain area, we've done something incorrectly, these are easy things to repair as we move forward. So that's a great clip that shows us unofficiated action at the end of the game and being, having what appears to be a fool the ref situation, which was actually a situation where they're trying to draw attention to the fact that they were illegally contacted on the play. Zooch with the crew saver. I did not see that. I watched that clip like 20 times. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Chris, you know that in this situation where bonus, everybody knows, we're already moved. I'm almost certain our old trail new lead is already heading down to the other end of the court. I'm almost, obviously it's not shown on the play. Would that be what we expect? Yes, it is. Tom, you are so right about the IQ. What are you doing? What are you doing? It reminds me of that Reardon play from last year where White is ahead. They're ahead by 10. The game is fouling. And they're ahead by 10, and he instigates a fight, basically crashing the season's state title chances. Right. Hey, just amazing. And something you have to respect, that high school coaches are dealing with young players, just kids who are going to do unintelligent things in games. Whew. Billy Mack with the extensive list. Oh, man, I don't see it that way, Al. That is an intentional kick of an opponent. I mean, come on. It's not incidental. That was an intentional act. Ay. And then something to say? Come on. Yes. Oh, man. You should. There's Joseph Del Collo. If we have dead ball contact, it would be a technical foul. I would not rule this a flagrant technical. Man, if the old trail new lead came out of left field on this and assessed a player technical on red 15, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Joseph, it's dead ball contact, so it would be an intentional or flagrant technical foul. Chris thinks it's travel, right? So if we look at it, look at the play itself, watch the player's right foot, the ball handler's right foot. The white player is stepping or caused the trip. The other player sort of guides them down. Yeah, so I'm with you, Al. I'm watching, and it's like he comes up. Does he bump him with his chest? Right. The focus, even on replay, is up the upper part. Oh man, amazing, amazing! I didn't see that, so I can burn the tape. Oh man, I'm glad Zooch saved me. He saved me yet again. Wait, didn't you save me the other day? All right, cool, cool. Let me see what the next play is. I think we might have another block charge. On we go. No, let's go with this. On we go. Let's look at our next play. All right, off-ball screening action. Something that we want to be aware of when we are officiating off-ball is screening action. Nobody in the gymnasium is looking at this play other than the official on the play, our elderly official, and it also represents one of the toughest switches in two-person if we are using NFHS mechanics and switching all fouls. And it brings up an important point about designating the spot being a point of emphasis this year in 2023. We want to correctly designate the spot. So we make some mistakes on this play. It's from a few years ago, so we're using older mechanics. Of course, new team control foul would be the hand behind the head. Right? So our player is tripped by a defender extending their left knee. You see that bent knee? Always something we have to observe in screening action is defenders. They're in great position. Their feet may be within their frame. Feet may be within their frame. I can't get centered here. But what they'll invariably attempt to do is extend that knee by bending their leg. And that's what we have on this play. Should probably have wiped that there was no shot on the play. Correctly designate the spot. We are switching all fouls as we have the long switch in this situation. That may vary by venue, but a good chance to review the fact that when we're officiating off ball, we have to see this screening action. This is what we are officiating when we are off ball in this scenario. Our lead is in great position to see the play, and we get the call right, and we do some things incorrectly after that. This is two-person Randy Wilson. Yes. Yeah. That's the other thing. Exactly, Stan, is chicken wing action. Screeners. Again, coaches are dealing with players who all have some variation of being a knucklehead. Right? Your screen is already good. You don't have to do the extra thing. In this situation. If he had just stayed put, there's no way this player is going under the screen and getting out to defend the shooter in this situation. But players are going to do what players are going to do. The old bend the knee trick. Okay, that play was just there for that. We're going to move on and look at our next play. All right, we got some stuff going on this play. Block charge play. Again, it's sort of in the dark corner away from the camera. What happens on this play? What are the habits and fundamentals? What do we have after the play, etc.? Let's look at all the things. This is pretty meaty. There's a lot of meat on the bone here on this play, right? We ultimately have a blocking foul on a secondary defender. Appears to be the best player on the team. It's their second foul of the half, causing them to be subbed out of the game. Not that we're ever aware of foul counts on best players for either team, but that's what we have on this play. Let's look at all of the things, and then we have subsequent coach action, etc. So let's look at the spot of the foul. Calling official. Boom. Strong. Confident. Right? That's what we want. That's what we want. We don't want any ambivalence, etc. Coach can't believe it. He wants to act out the whole scenario with gesticulations and movement on the court, etc. High-level playoff game in this situation. Let's look at the habits and fundamentals of our calling official, right? They take a great path to the table around players in this situation. They have a big picture view. They come and engage an assistant coach, a standing assistant coach. Our head coach disagrees with the call. Do we understand that they would disagree with the call? Yes. Yes, we do. But we have a lot of gesticulations by our head coach. Could this be a situation where we say, Coach, I understand you disagree. I don't need you waving your hands around, etc. I mean, these actions by the coach are inflammatory, potentially, to a crowd. Just something to be aware of. Or do we definitely have to do that in this situation? No. Is it a tool in our tool belt? Coach, hey, I understand your position, etc. I don't need you waving around. It's something we could do and address. But let's look at the play itself. Do we have a block by a secondary defender on this play? We have an on-ball matchup, red 30, on our ball handler. Lead seems to be focused on that action. Do we have a secondary defender with 2 feet on the floor facing their opponent? Torso contact and displacement? Yes. Okay. Note our official gets a fist up, giving them a moment of time to process, right? This is a great habit and a great strong signal at the spot. Those are positives, right? So let's take a look at what occurs on this play. If we watch red 30 and their action on this play, they cause illegal contact on our ball handler. Our secondary defender is properly positioned, and in the absence of the other foul, this should have been ruled a player control foul. I have red 30 with hip contact. If we watch the player's torso, body in the air, it's twisted because of that contact. It would have been great if our trail official, who would have the primary coverage of this drive to the basket, potentially, had something first. So I think we got this call wrong in that we ruled a foul for blocking on a secondary defender. I think the foul occurred on the drive to the basket by red 30 for hip contact. That's my opinion on the play. We've got great strength in the call at the spot. We've got a great, fantastic reporting approach by our calling official. Great demeanor as they listen to the coach, engage the coach. I think there's some areas here where we could potentially address, but I certainly understand how it all played out. Yeah, so what did you have on this play? I think it's a great play. Put your comments down below and we could talk about this play in the comments. It's a great play to look at for basketball officials. Whew. Whew. Not on this one. Although we do look alike. Oh, fantastic, Randy. I did not notice that. Oh, maybe on the previous play, on the kick and dead ball contact play, Randy. I think our clock stops on this play. Oh, yeah, it went from 25 to 23. Man, this is going to be a tough play for clocks, right? Which official would not be looking at this play right in the middle of the lane? I think all three officials are going to be engaged on this play. See, I don't like the head coach pointing here, pointing there, etc. I feel it's, that we should address that. But it's easy. It's easy for me to be sitting here and say, hey, you should address that. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm stuck way back. Sorry. That is what I have as well. Yeah, just a simple, hey, coach, I'm listening, right? Let's avoid all the gesticulations. I don't need you pointing, right? It's just like, let's engage in communication more professionally. Wayne has a charge. I think it does. That's my inclination. So, Coach, I hear you. Right? Yeah. Yeah. I do not think an administrative warning. You have a coach who's like, look at the play. His player was charged with a block. Is this a block on the defender? No. And they had a good look at the play. They disagree with our call. Do we understand that they had? Absolutely. I will listen to you, coach. From my angle, this is what I had, etc. But we just need to address Mike, the action I see is by the trailing defender who causes torso contact here. Red 30, a large fellow. The contact there. All right, Joe. So if we had the call from the trailing defender, we're going to have to tell a story at the spot. Everybody sees the explosion at the end, right? So this would be a great option to come out onto the court and point to a spot on the court and say, here, red 30, push, and sell it that way. A story has to be told because other people don't see that. Okay. Yeah. So much to look at. He has it in both clips. These are both the same team had it in both games. Right? So I will say that some officials on plays like this look at the action of our defender, red 30 here. They say, okay, I see you. Oh, but he started going early because he leaned back. This play, that would be legal action, and clearly the contact causes displacement. If a defender softens their body, they're not allowed to go forward. The defender softens their body in anticipation of the blow. They have not given up their legal guarding position. This player is legal in the position they're just anticipating the contact, etc. Right? Many officials will say once they start to go, they've given up their legal guarding position. That is not a thing on a play like this, right? Players allowed to, start to soften they're anticipating the blow, right? If they firm up, then many officials will think, oh, he was moving towards the ball handler, right? Or the airborne shooter. So, something to be aware of. But this player softens, begins to lean before the contact. That is not a giving up their legal guarding position. Just something we have to note on a play like this. 8-12. Yes. You know what? I think we probably have an eye transfer late by our calling official. And they see the defender starting to go, and their reaction in that situation is block. Jason, yes, because the, well, I think there's a case play. Oh my gosh. Well, did the foul by red 30 cause the ball to become dead? No. No, it did not. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, right? If they're helpful, that's a great benefit to me. I appreciate you. And I'm happy about that. That guy. I've heard about you. People are always saying, that guy? Yeah, I've heard about you. I think, Thomas, that there may be a case play. I'm not sure. Okay, let me make sure I got our bonus play queued up here. All right. Okay. All right, we've had some tough block charge plays on today's episode. What we like to always do is have a little palate cleanser at the end. Let's take a look at a bonus play. The mid-court heave released in time. Some things we notice on the play here is the clock. Did the clock properly start? Yes. Yes, it did. Was the try released in time? Yes. Yes, it was. A great way to conclude any game that we're involved in. A buzzer beater just puts the ultimate best natural bow on the game, especially if we've got great knowledge about whether the shot was released in time, which this one was. Yeah, so as the season starts, we hope that in our games we're going to have exciting moments, buzzer beaters are always super exciting in our game. And yeah, a great way to close the show today. Boom. That's it. That's it. We have, so Jason, one thing that I'm trying to find, what I'm going to be trying to find, this clip, of course, provided by Chris Janish from the great state of South Dakota. I assume that my audio for the clips is not playing, and which is sort of robs the live stream viewers. I'm going to have to put it in at the end. So I apologize for that. Obviously, when my original setup, I had the discrepancy. Yeah. Yes, and that's always the case. Our little this is called a bug. The score and time at the end, and the shot clock's at 23. It's like whatever. But we have great visibility on the shot clock, on the game clock. Obviously, the shot clock doesn't apply here. Those are the best video clips. The one that show the clock, the shot clock, and a big picture view. Announcers are great. Natural sound is great. NFHS white noise sound, my least favorite, but at least it's something. And notice the men's team was in the wings waiting on this play scenario, and they start running on the court like they're going to celebrate with the women's players, and then they're like, "Oh, I better not do that." Of course, if they did, would that be something? Right? They start running on. Oh, we better run off. Of course, that would not be anything, right? If the fans, came onto the court, that would not be anything in this situation. Thomas says, and that was in all caps. Awesome. Yeah. The red light tells all. The ball is obviously away. And one of the, again, that's the other thing, is it's great to have lights on the basket. Best case scenario. This configuration, which I guess is a famous venue in South Dakota, but it's obviously set up to have NBA or G League action, as well as collegiate. No high school. But this is the perfect scenario. You've got lights on the backboard, you've got shot clock and game clock up above, and then they have them on the side supports as well. Yeah, that's A+. Chris, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah. One of the ways that we can get better is looking at clips, and great quality clips help us with that. Yeah. So, I mean, that's something we could gain, Stan, as well as like what's possible. If you had a male player in this situation, they may be able to dribble further, somebody who's super athletic as well. So we know that it's not out of the realm of possibility. That helps us, right? Our center official, if we notice their position on the play, pretty good. If they'd run a little bit further ahead, they'd have a better look at that inside defender. But that's picking nits. It does make us itchy on the court, but it's also great, Tom, and thank you. It's also great when we see plays like many, like Deep Dive Ref or Ref Masters as well, or Court Club, is like if we see plays and have them in our vault of our Rolodex of plays. I've seen something similar to this before, right? That's helpful, right? Just like as one of our main things that we want to be aware of is we want to anticipate the play, but not the call. Anticipate the play. Why would we? How could we anticipate a play? By being basketball aware and having seen plays before, right? I know that there's going to be a help side defender on this play. How can I position myself and make sure I'm not too focused here that I don't see that here, right? And that can help build our habits and fundamentals. Okay. Good point, Bill. He's saying the clock shows zeros prior to the lights. I don't know if I see that. It's certainly possible in a high school, right? It's possible in a clock that doesn't show tenths, I suppose. I don't see it on this play. 2, 1, simultaneous. Excellent. Ball in the hand and 0. I don't see that. It's not what happens on this play. Right here, that is the last time our ball is in the hand. There's no zeros. Right, I think it's a optical illusion on that clock above the basket. Oh, Thomas, awesome. Well, here's the deal. This is my new protocol. I am out of here. I'm going to wrap it up. I missed my objective of 8:15. It's 8:23, so I'm 8 minutes over. A lot of yammering. Wait a minute. How about something extra for live stream viewers? Because that's what I want to do as well. I want to have a play available only, exclusively for live stream viewers. And that's where I can put like collegiate plays that I can't put up on my YouTube channel because of copyright. So we can put those at the end, make that a special secret play. Let's take a look at this play. Let's take a look at this play. Okay, this is a good follow-up play because we have everybody in the gymnasium is looking at the ball going in the basket. And our center official has a foul, away from that play, rebounding action, etc. So in this instance, we have a story to tell. We have to use our voice. We may have to make a lot of declarative statements. I think our official's a little rushed here. This is the great Lorena Ahumada. She's a local official here, collegiate official, D1 official, and just tremendous. Found this play in the vault. Right, so what we have to discern here is, did the foul occur? We have a foul in this situation on red for displacement. So this is a teammate of the thrower. If that foul occurred prior to the ball being released, even if the player had begun their upward shooting motion, habitual throwing motion prior to a release of a shot, then the ball would be dead. So we have to sort through that situation. And communicate the fact that we are scoring the goal, right? We don't want to miss that. All right. And so what we also have is we have a rotation where our center official, right? If you are, new to 3-person, learning 3-person, great habit and fundamental here by our center official. Whether there's a rotation or not, right? So many high school officials, once they perceive any sort of rotation is coming, like try to get on top of this play. Our center official has the perfect look. Right? They allow our center official to tell the story. They don't have to necessarily signal here. It sort of puts us in a conundrum. Am I supposed to signal? What exactly do you have? Again, our calling official needs to really tell the story at the spot of the foul. So a great play to look at. There's a lot in there. A lot in there. I like it. And that was a bonus clip exclusively for live stream viewers. Oh, love it. Love it. You should. Score it. Oh, good point, Billy. Yeah, so the resulting throw-in, would the team have the ability to run the end line? I did not anticipate that question. Love it. Just one more thing for us to communicate. Although it doesn't look like a pressing situation. Love it. Thanks, Billy. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Each clip, right, whether it's the shot clock didn't start or the game clock ran a second too long or 2 seconds, this player did that, etc. There's always so much information in play clips, video analysis, and you could show the same clip to 10 officials and tell me everything about this clip, and they're going to say 7 of the 10 things that are pertinent and miss 3 of the things, right? That their brain just didn't perceive or think of or what have you. Right, so if we had a pressing team, that'd be something. I'm going to disagree with you, Thomas. I think the pace of this rotation, right? So let's look at our lead official, right? They have started the rotation. They are mid-rotation. What are they officiating? Let's go here. Right, this is transition, so we've just arrived at the end line. Rotating, we're looking at red 5, setting the screen for our shooter. A case could be made. Illegal screen there. Again, feature rich. Video clips, feature rich. Thanks, Wayne. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, here's the deal. I'm wrapping it up for live stream viewers. I'm going to do some recording of some interim stuff that goes in the edited version. Then I'm going to get to editing, and hopefully I'll have a finished product up and out before I have to roll out and take care of my busy work day. I appreciate everybody joining. Much appreciated and much love. A great session today. I had a couple of dud plays in the middle, but the ones that the good plays were feature rich. Feature rich. Kamali, good to see you, and goodbye. All right, I'm going to move to wrap up. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you. Hey, so next This is going to sound like deja vu all over again. Next week, I am going to do the NFHS rules test. I will do that on either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to do a top 10 most missed questions from the CBOA. I will be filming those with live streams. I will post those up very soon as upcoming live streams. That's always the best way to get me to commit to a time, is to actually say, okay, it's going to go here. So awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks, Thomas. All right. Yeah. I'm out the door. Have a great day, everybody. If you're working, veterans, appreciate you. And we'll see you next week on Friday for sure. And yeah, take care, everybody.